Welcome to our home in Michigan.
Our new home. If you're a regular follower, you know that a little over a year ago now, we bought 10 acres in southwest Michigan to be our homestead for our RVs and eventually to move into what is now this place, our home, in a 50-year-old house that was on the property. We thought we'd be in just a few weeks and maybe a little remodeling. Boy, were we wrong on that.
Yeah, we were told at first it'd just be a couple of months and we'd be in, but I guess the list kept growing as we got in the house and saw more and more that needed to be done.
And in fact, we are still not done. We're still doing some things, but we have promised a tour of both the outside of the 10 acres and our RVs that we keep here, and the inside, and particularly the before and after. We've been promising that for months. So we're going to keep that promise.
So here we go, the before and the after pictures.
Here's the property as it looked in October 2022 on the day we took possession and started our project. There's a nice big yard, beautiful trees, and this is the 3-bedroom, almost 50-year-old ranch home.
Well, this is our 10 acres, and we're trying to get used to it, and feels like home.
There's a little lake right off there. You see it? It's actually a lake. We were calling it a big pond.
I call it a pond.
But it's officially got a name.
Heroes Lake.
Heroes Lake, and it's beautiful. The trees are all oak and maple, and show the little nature trail we got and we're making back there all the way around the lake.
So the first thing we did is put in some electrical hookups for RVs. This is a 50 amp, which we have hooked up now to our fifth wheel, and this is a 30 amp supply. And we ran a 100 amp dedicated panel out here so we can put a couple of RVs, either our own or friends or neighbors. But having that power, particularly in the wintertime like this, is awesome.
I know you're wondering, how did we find this property? We've been looking for years for a large hunk of property, scouring the state. And for all of you out there trying to do it, it's really hard. It is gone. As soon as that property is out there, it's snatched up immediately. So how did we find this? Walking the dogs. We were at our son and daughter-in-law's house, and we took the dogs for a walk, and our daughter-in-law said, "This is where you need to live." We thought it was beautiful. We had 10 acres, a lake, and as a bonus, there was a house, and we knew immediately this is where we needed to be.
We're pretty excited about it. You can't see it now, but there's a flock of about 12, 14 wild ducks out there, mallards. It's not a huge lake, but it's pretty nice though. There's a big great blue heron flying across. We own about half of that lake. Before the weather got cold, we put in these steps that will go down to the lake. We got a little path that'll cut out, and we'll go out. There are bass in the lake and bluegill, and I'm looking forward to kind of getting to know that lake a little bit and doing some fishing with my grandkids. We have a dock here that is all waiting for spring, and we'll put this dock in as soon as the weather warms up and the lake doesn't freeze. But having a lake on our 10 acres, a lake that we own at least half of, if not more, that's pretty cool. But what we really like about this place is how much open space and nature we're surrounded by. As Jennifer already mentioned, there's a lot of deer.
Oh, the deer are just running all over the place.
Yeah, Bo is having a ball chasing the deer. We have a little nature trail that walks around the lake, and we'll walk it and show you a little bit about it.
And what's kind of fun is the previous owners had a chicken coop. They raised chickens here. Now, we're not going to do that because we're not home enough. But someday, if we ever wanted to stay home, we could raise some chickens. Or maybe we get the grandkids to take care of the chickens when we're not home. I don't know.
Now, the house and property had been, I don't want to say necessarily neglected, but the The previous owners were the original owners, and both passed away, and it was a pretty good buy for us. It was bought and sold at auction, and we just were really attracted by the 10 acres, and the more we thought about that, the more we enjoyed that idea of maybe taking that house and making it our full-time house, our sticks and bricks house. Now, we're not going to quit RVing or anything, but now we have a place where both of our RVs can be in one spot. We can work on them.
Yeah, we don't have to store our fifth wheel someplace. It's
Yeah.
with us.
And we get to explore and walk this beautiful land and kind of be surrounded by nature. And I guess the biggest plus of all, the grandkids.
Not far away, short walk.
Just a short walk, maybe 300 yards, and partially through a cornfield, and we're at their backyard.
A big draw for us with this property is this barn that came with it. It's a big, nice, spacious barn, and we can use it with our various RV projects and products. We can take it in there, figure things out, have space to spread out, and work.
So check this out. This was somebody's deer blind. It's squarely on our property, and I am going to use that for a nature photography blind. I should be able to get pictures of deer and all the creatures that hang around out here.
A lot of you have asked to see the house that we're renovating. Now, this house that we discovered, that we found, is almost 50 years old, and we thought it had good bones. And so we decided to strip it down and re-drywall it and make it our own. Now, this is going to be a long-term project, but we think it's going to be worth it in the end. Let me show you what we're doing.
And this just might be my favorite project. This is going to be our video studio. Eventually, I'll have all of our gear lined up against there. You'll see us when we do Ask Us Anything, and when we do our podcast. This will be where that is all recorded. But as you can see, we've stripped it down to the studs. We're putting in insulation, sound isolating insulation, so we'll have really good sound. And I can't wait to get this all set up and be able to start producing and editing and working on our videos from this built from scratch studio.
All right, we're on the lower level right now, and we're adding 2 windows. There's a little more light in here, and so that we can look out at the beauty of nature. So we have that window, we've got the sliding door, and then we have the second window being added down here, and I think that's going to make a big difference for enjoying this room. This is where the laundry room used to be. You can see the plumbing for that, and I didn't want the laundry room on the lower level. I want it upstairs so it's more convenient for me. So that's going to happen, and we're going to put a refrigerator down here and a bunch of cabinets and a sink, and just have these wall cabinets and different things to use. And the plan was to have a little table here and maybe a couple chairs. We'll see how that goes. But we did open this area up. There used to be a wall here, it came out to about here, and then there was wall. There's just a normal entranceway into this room, and that has been taken out, and I think I'm going to love that.
This is going to be that laundry room that Jen wanted moved upstairs. The only place we could put it is at the end of the garage. So we framed in a room. We had to do a lot of work moving the HVAC and putting in new ductwork. All that's done. And then we framed in this room right here
And this will be the new laundry room, the washer and dryer, cabinets. It's hard to envision, and as you can see, it's a major project, and it's going to take some time.
All of these boxes look a little overwhelming, and you're like, yes, we're getting things in boxes. But then it dawned on me, when we get to the new house, all these boxes, I've got to unpack and find a place for everything. Wow, this is kind of deja vu. Didn't we have this yesterday at the house we just left? Oh, I can't believe all this. We got our work cut out for us, don't we? Let's see, 122 boxes.
Wish we could put this dog to work.
Bo says he's doing his share. Bo just wants to know where his bed is. Bo, I saw your bed.
It's right there.
Oh, there's Bo's bed.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
Look.
It's okay now. Look what I just found. Is that your bed? Huh? Is that your bed? Is that good? Is it all good now? I can't believe that we're almost done.
Do you remember when you called me on Labor Day weekend and said, Sherry, it's an emergency. We need you to do floor plans before we decide to buy this house.
There was no time to spare. The house was being flipped, and either you want it or you don't, and it was a little bit scary, this place.
I think I drove down the next day and said, Jen, it's Labor Day weekend, but you're in luck because I'm going to take my mom out to the beach after I go visit.
I can't thank you enough. I mean, you have totally changed this into an awesome, beautiful house, and I gave you complete control because a lot of things here are out of my comfort zone, but I love everything that you've done.
I absolutely love this hood that we picked from Hoodsley and the hidden fan underneath, but even more so this tile. Can we just look at this from Ann Sachs for a moment? It has so many beautiful colors. It's a gorgeous marble tile backsplash. It really adds a piece of jewelry to the whole kitchen. I had to talk them into this bedroom outfit a little bit because they were worried it was going to be too fancy and chic. But I said, just trust me and trust the process. And I think it's safe to say it's one of their favorite rooms in the home. Again, space was an issue, but we decided to go with these beautiful mother of pearl nightstands. A nightstand you always want to keep as a rule of thumb 4 inches above or between 4 inches below. This headboard has such a beautiful shape to it and a gorgeous grayish tone fabric. And then these lamps we found are hand-blown glass, and they just have a beautiful ombre effect. For the dresser, we chose this gorgeous style, and it has, if you come up close, it has the beautiful long acrylic handles and just a nice faced veneer, kind of like a light gray bamboo. This chair from Anthropology is so cute in their corner. I love it. I love the shape, and it kind of goes with the chic-y retro style. Let's face it, the view of this home is absolutely the showstopper. We didn't want to completely block it, but we needed to give them some privacy. These vertical shades are so pretty from Hunter Douglas, and they allow you to see a little bit of the view even when they're closed. And then you can turn them for full privacy, and each vane has a nice fabric linen on it. So it looks really beautiful with the rest of the furniture. So now we're in the living room of the space, which again was a challenge for size and scale. The scale of the room overall is not really that big. And I will point out that some of the pieces have not arrived, but we were able to fit in a nice large sectional, and we decided after the fact that we think that we can move one more piece in. So I have another piece on its way. The end tables are still on its way, so these will be filled in. And there was a lot of concern about being able to move around this space, but I think we just did a really nice job. These chairs from Kravet Furniture are so beautiful. I love the fabric on them, and it goes great with this beautiful Jaipur rug. We added in a new fireplace and went with the electric so they can change the mood and the ambiance of it. We did a frame TV to showcase the artwork that Mike has taken with his own camera. This bathroom was so bad. I can't wait to show you the final result. It was a big challenge. One sink, holes in the walls, the shower was basically non-existent. And now we took this mirror all the way up to the ceiling, all the way across the double sink to give it a nice, open, large scale feel. We put the sconces right on the mirrors, and I think they're such a beautiful touch. They're just an elegant look. Over here in the shower, we brought in some glass mosaic tile for the niche, and we repeated the brushed gold theme on the hardware in the shower, and then also on the hardware, of course, this beautiful jewelry hardware on the vanities. So pretty. Mike and Jen each have their own side. I love how we were able to design the stairs so that the carpet runs all the way down, but the bottom few treads match with the flooring and have that nice wood to them. And then we just dog-legged the railing a little bit to give it a much, much more open feel and a little bit more grand entrance into the lower level. Designing this lower level was an additional challenge, and it took some extra convincing for Mike and Jen. I ended up turning the stairs a little bit wider, and we opened up this entire wall, If you see the before on this, it was bad. And when I mean bad, it had a bat on the ceiling. We were able to turn this old boat garage into Jen's gym. So she has a great place to work out. These beams are low. So instead of drywalling the entire ceiling, which would have been quite costly, we designed it to look almost like a coffered ceiling. And that way we had a space to run the electrical for lights, which makes just a really beautiful, light and airy space. Over here, we kept the man door where it was, but turned that old dingy garage boat door into a beautiful 3-panel French door. So she has a great space to work out. And again, can we just talk about these views? This was all cement floors. We went over it with a luxury vinyl tile that was carried through also upstairs. We ended up building these drywall walls, and this became, behind this door, a guest bedroom. And we were able to get a nice storage unit back here with the mechanical room as well. So back behind this door, there's a hot water heater and a little bit of mechanical, and you can see in the ceiling where the conduit for the electrical. And then again, out here, we hid it underneath of those hidden coffers for a really beautiful effect. When we first walked through this home, this basement was less than desirable. There were the swirl knockdown pattern on all the ceilings, very dirty, grungy. And this room was all paneling, did not have any beautiful windows for the view. So we used their old furniture, which you can see is still in the phase of putting it together. But we opened up this wall, which was a teeny tiny door, made it nice and open for their guests. We added 2 great big windows because you can't stress that pond and that view enough. Okay, and into the bathroom, this is one of my favorite parts. This tile on the wall, if you look up close, has a leaf print pattern on it, and that was ordered from Italy from one of our vendors. I just think it's so beautiful. We went with a really neutral, simple quartz on the countertop, that nice, I call it a square round, if that even makes sense, right? But it's a square round undermount sink, real easy to clean. We opted to do a built-in surround instead of the tile shower. Sometimes at the end of these projects, saving money here and there can be a big significant difference. This is a guest shower that not everybody uses, so and we went with a beautiful glass. Over here, we moved the toilet. When we first came, the toilet was stuffed back in this corner. And this was a little tiny vanity, and then there was just wouldn't you say like a mud hole on the ground? It really made 0 sense. So we brought the toilet over just a couple feet. It wasn't too much pain and suffering. And by building out the shower and the drywall, it just gives a nice little corner for the lab.
Bo is the supervisor.
We are so excited. We're putting in a garden right next to where our RV is going to be parked on our Michigan property.
Well, this is an exciting day for me. Many of you know I'm a ham radio operator, and I've been in that hobby, gosh, since I was 13 years old. And I've got the antenna men at our house today, and let me show you what they are doing. Can you see them up there? They are installing a tower, and I'm able to run my ham radio antennas off of this tower. And that's gonna make my radios get out all over the world. You're curious on how they put together a tower? Well, let me show you. Yeah, I'll go. This is where I will park our fifth wheel. This is a 40 by 15 foot pad, concrete pad that we're going to have poured today.
And press down pretty good.
There you go, Bo. Because it's really important for us to do video editing and our podcast and our studio that we have built in this house that we have restored, it is really important that I have power. So one of the things that we have done is add a whole house 22,000 watt generator, so that should the power go off, and it often goes off in this part of Southwest Michigan because of all the snow and the storms that come off Lake Michigan. Should it go off, I will always have backup power so we can keep podcasting and editing those videos.
Well, so here we are, ready to celebrate our first Christmas in our Michigan homestead.
Our RVs are carefully stowed away out the other side of the garage. We have a nature trail in. The snow comes and goes at this time of year. Right now it's gone. All the snow we had the
here
other
a couple
day,
days ago.
it all melted. And we're looking forward to Christmas. Now, if you'd like to see more videos, maybe the studio that we built for our podcasting, how we store the RVs, just to use the comments below, and we'll do our best to give you a great video answer to whatever you'd like to see more about. This is a good time for us to ask you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Just click that subscribe button if you would. It would be an honor for us. And as we get ready for the 2024 travel season, we have to wish you guys all a very Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
And your favorite line of all,
Happy trails.
Bye.